What's up guys, Zach here with Vicrez, and today we're doing another installation video. Get ready you DIYers. Today we're going to be installing this Hellcat style 2015 to 2020 Charger hood, and the part number is going to be vz101849. Let's get to it. So, included with this hood, we're going to have the three grills. The middle piece, and then we got the two side ones. So, I'm going to install the middle one first. Hood facing this way, up. We're going to be putting this in. So, you just kind of see where it lines up, just like this. You're going to push it in. That sure it's in the hole. Perfect. Make sure it clips, just like so. You'll hear it, right? Alright, so now we're going to flip the hood over and put these two side vents on. Alright, flip it over. Very careful. Flip it. Alright. Now the hood is flipped over, included with the hood and these packages of grills. There's 4 bolts. They come in this package with your grills. So it's going to be 2 for each grill, correct? So let's get this open. Now let's put the left and right grill inserts in. Alright, so now we're at the right side of the hood, if you're looking at it facing up. And the way that these go in is from the bottom here. Gonna go up, it's gonna go in between, and it's gonna clip in just like the hood scoop did. Make sure these are lined up, make sure everything is good. You should hear it start clipping. Perfect. So, as soon as you hear it start clipping in, just like so, you gotta make sure that it's in there. That noise is a good sound. It means that the grill is actually clipping to the hood. Now for extra support, we're going to screw these bolts to where it goes. There and right there. Make sure it catches or bites. Side as well. Perfect. Now these bolts aren't going to go anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. Now let's move on to the other side. Just like the one on the right side, if you look at the hood right side up, we're going to be putting this through the bottom, like so. In between, there's a little gap right here. You're going to put it in between. Make sure that these bolt holes are lined up with the actual bracket on the grill. And then a little bit of force, make sure it's good. Perfect. Just like that. And then you're going to take the other 2 bolts that you have, Phillips head screwdriver, and make sure that everything goes in how it should. Tighten them down so they can bite the metal. So that bolt's not going anywhere, and this one as well. Alright, so now let's flip the hood over and get it prepped. Start putting it on the car. Alright, now when you flip over the hood, make sure everything is clipped in. Make sure everything is pretty flush with the hood. So this grill, flush. These, there's no clipping going on. Nice and flush. Alright, so now we're going to start getting that hood off and putting this one on it. Before you even take the hood off to put the new one on, we're going to need this cover right here, this vapor barrier. I believe, or it's some kind of cover on the bottom of the hood. And then the reason why we have to take that off is because there's a windshield wiper hose. If you see right here, it goes under the hood and it connects to these. That's what makes water go over your windshield. So yeah, I'm gonna start taking these off and get this off and we can go from there. A pro tip that I learned is if you don't have a clip remover, I don't suggest doing this, but the end of a hammer fits the clips perfectly in the middle. So you're gonna go under here, find where the clip is, just very little force, and then the clip will come right out.
This should be fine.
So, I use the flathead to release the clips on the windshield washer knob. So I'm going to take this hose off. So this is connected to the hose by just T-fittings. You want to be careful though, because some fluid might come out if there's some in the lines, like what just happened. So now, once that knob is out, put it somewhere safe that you're not going to lose it. Now I got one side off. I'm going to move on to the other side. There is a place where you can get a little flathead under. It's right in between this groove right here. All you're going to do is get the flathead in there, pop it, and it should just come off. There it goes. So now we're just going to take the hose off. Just like how I got the clips up the hood, it's going to be the same type of clips that hold the actual hose into the hood. So I'm going to pull back. I'm going to take it. Boom. They're going to come out super easy. Actually 4. There's one in the bottom of the hood as well. Right next to the bolts on the hood. There we go. There you have it. All of these are disconnected. We just gotta disconnect it from the actual car. So once you remove all the clips, you're gonna start taking the hoses out from where they came. Just remember the spots where they were in. So these two openings right here. We'll go to pull. There's one side. And then I'm going to pull. The other side, they go right through. Perfect. And now we're going to take the bolts off the hood and start swapping the hoods. We got the lines off, we got the vapor barrier off. This is, that barrier right there is just to block moisture and stuff from getting to places it doesn't need to. So now we're gonna start getting the hood off. Again, you're gonna need one more person to hold the hood while we get this off. I'm gonna take the shock off. Then the best thing to do is just take the shocks off first, so we have total movement of the hood. So those are off, and then we just start taking the bolts off. So these two 13s are going to be first. Be sure not to lose these. Now we're going to flip. You want to hold this side as I get to that side. And now we're going to do the same thing we did on this side. Just unbolt the brackets, we're going to do it on the driver's side. Socket ratchets in the same position. We're just going to start loosening. Top bolt first. And then maybe the bottom. Perfect. Bring it. Now we're going to get one person on each side of the hood. You're going to hold it. I'm going to put it on the side for right now. Then we can start putting the other hood back on. Alright, so now we're going to get the hood that we had with the grills installed, and we're going to put it on the car. So we're going to line it up right away. First. So now you get it all lined up with the brackets. You're going to make sure everything's lined up as it should. Bolts are lined up with each other. Make sure there's bolt lines up in this hole and bolt lines up in that hole. Both bolts, line it up, just like so. Perfect. Now I'm going to start tightening it a little bit, and then I'm going to put the shock on after I start tightening. I'm going to get the hood started to bolt in, and then we're going to put the shocks on. So you're going to start putting them in by hand. Make sure they catch. Make sure they catch thread. Always do it by hand first before getting a tool on it. Evenly. You don't want any kind of force when you're putting them in by hand. Now with these starting to be bolted on, we're going to screw the shocks back in that we unscrewed earlier. Threads in just like so. Now with the shocks tightened all the way, I can now start tightening the two bolts that are held on with the bracket with the hood. So I'm going to start on the side that I started from. Gotta double check that these are also very tight because you don't want them loosening up on you. Open the hood and it falls. Never good. So we're going to flip our ratchet back to tighten. And the same for the bottom one. And it's always easier to get the shocks on because bolts are already in, everything's lined up, you just have to tighten it. Now you want to make sure these are pretty tight because they're holding your hood onto the brackets. We're going to put everything back to how it was and the spots they were at. So this part, little part right here, that's gonna be where the wiper shoots to the windshield. So we're gonna put this towards the windshield. Before you put them on, make sure that these are routed through the holes. So we're gonna route these through the holes it's supposed to be at. Because as you see where the nipple is, it's gonna go in just like this. Nipple's gonna be facing up. Just like so. Just like so. So make sure it's on there, make sure that this side's connected. Now we're gonna move on to the other side. So what you're gonna do first is you're going to feed the hose through to where the hole is. Just like so. You're going to connect it to the nipple. Just like that. And you're going to put it where it needs to be. These go in the middle where the little metal piece is, and then they just clip right in. Perfect, so that's in there. Now we're going to put the clips that are connected. We're going to start putting these back where they were. Put everything back to where you found it. This one goes here. Now you're just going to match these clips along with the holes that are on the hood. There's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure they're all connected. And now you can start putting the vapor barrier back onto the car. Make sure all the clips are in place. Make sure that your nozzles are connected. You are now ready to close the hood. So one thing you're going to look out for is the lines right here. Make sure that everything is straight, everything closes. Your latch isn't coming undone. Everything is clean, nice and even. And you just install the hood on your 2015 to 2020 Dodge Charger. Thanks for tuning in to this installation video. Please hit the subscribe button below us right here to watch more of our content, our installation videos, and more of the sort. And please follow us on social media and visit our website, vicrez.com, for more products for your car.